What was you saying?
About which team? The Ravens, the whack-ass Cardinals.
Why are you so salty? I'm gonna try to hear about these Cardinals. What you mean? They balled. They had a game.
So yeah, they won the game, but Jacksonville was in that game for most of the game. Literally,
It
they
was over.
tried to do the longest field goal ever too. You see what happened to that?
Yeah, 68.
What
Yeah.
happened? He scored a touchdown is what he did. Jacksonville shouldn't be hanging in there with you. They shouldn't be going blow for blow. You got him in the fourth quarter. I'll give it to you. Kyler Murray is too elusive, and Jaguars aren't the same defense they used to have. We've heard me talk enough about the Chiefs. Your team won the game. Give us some Chargers outlook.
I don't like the way our defense is playing. Teams are walking on us. They're not running the ball. They're walking on us. They're walking to first downs. It's horrible. The big notice there was Mike Williams. Mike Williams came and showed why y'all should take notice. If you haven't been taking notice, Mike Williams is here. See the catch? Did you see that catch though? Like the Herbie one, he tossed it and it just kind of floated in real feathery.
But I wouldn't be too concerned with that. You guys played the defense you needed to play, which was don't get beat deep,
Stop the big play. Like
and you did it.
stop the
I
big
mean,
play.
you guys allowed a lot of yards and a lot of first downs, but at the end of the day,
Right.
it won you guys the game. So, and it would have been a way different game if the Chiefs didn't turn the ball over 4 times in a row or 3 times in a row. Like,
Right. And you're not thinking that's gonna happen at
yeah,
Arrowhead. But they're 1-2. Vikings are 1-2. Seahawks.
Seattle, yeah,
Wow. The Broncos are undefeated.
yeah.
And the Seattle Seahawks are 1-2. And so are the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just say Matthew Stafford, man. They're looking like a hand in a glove. Him and Cooper Cup,
He's happy he got out of
man.
Detroit.
Where careers go to die.
How do you take 9 sacks in one game?
If you rewind, I told you that was going to be a sack party. Them Browns was coming for that ass.
How come he wasn't running around? Like he was a mobile quarterback. That's what threw me off. He just stood in the pocket and took a hit. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers. Disappointing to you? Where? Dude, where? I feel like I was the only one being realistic last season. Like, bro, their record was atrocious. And as soon as they played a good team, they lost. I
Put
don't
Dwayne
know what.
Haskins in the game.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen with that? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, the most important part, duh. Their O line is garbage. Like they got to figure out some things, and it starts in the trenches, man. I don't know why. Y'all better get a big boy some love, man. It starts in them trenches. Speaking of trenches, call it right now. Who do you think has the best line in the NFL?
That's a good one.
I would like to hear that. I would like to hear some people make some commentations on there. Get on there on them keyboards and give a show comment on who you think is best has the best O line in the league.
And now
Go.
we gonna dive into our fantasy waiver wire additions, who we think should be a hot pickup for y'all to take.
Word.
We gonna dive into the Carolina backfield. Chubba Hubbard. I think
Chubba Hubbard.
McCaffrey might be out for a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks. I think he could be a solid addition. I don't think Carolina's going to avoid the run game
No.
whatsoever, and they like to use their backs in the receiving game as well. Hubbard has proven that he is a receiving back in college and in somewhat in the preseason. So I would say stash him on your bench. If you are slimming your running backs, you might want to throw him in your flex position right away. I think he could be a solid addition off the get go. Now I'm going to dive into my next one. I did talk a little bit about KJ Hamler getting hurt. So I think Tim Patrick's going to be a solid pickup. And this one could go throughout the year because Jerry Judy's also hurt as well. He could be a solid number 2 in Denver. He's already putting up double digit games in fantasy perspective wise. I
Uh-huh.
think he's going to be someone besides Corliss Sutton to look out for in that Denver receiving core. And then my last, but we don't talk about tight ends. We will hear a silent name, Conklin. He put up 20 fantasy points last week. He might be someone that Kirk Cousins looks for. And that offense in Minnesota, they do distribute throwing the ball around. You know, they already got Thielen. They got Jefferson. Now they're throwing Conklin in the mix. He might be a solid tight end to have on your team. Tim, give him your 3.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my Bill Belichick on. I'm looking at matchups this week. Look for Mr. Heineke. You don't have him. Look to pick him up. If you do not have a solid option at quarterback, you look to pick him up. The matchups say he should have him a solid game. If not him, Terry McLaurin will definitely have a game. Going on to the next one, Las Vegas running backs. Oh my goodness, that it tastes like vinegar. But in particular, Kenyon Drake is matching up very bad against us. If you've been watching any of these games, especially us, the Chargers, oh my goodness, Lord, we can stop the pass, but we can't do nothing about the run, especially in the screen game right now. So look to have Kenyon Drake have him a solid outing, especially if Josh Jacobs is not healthy enough to go. Lastly, but surely not least, Miles Sanders of the Philadelphia Eagles. Another running back matched up another poor running defense. Just look at the matchups, people. Miles Sanders, start him if you have him. Put him in the game, coach. Put him in the game, coach. Those my picks. Hold on, before we get, I like the picks on the tight end. I got one more, a little sprinkle, a little one more. Look for Knox out of
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo. Sure. Matter of fact, the cow. Look. I'm gonna just go ahead and get this out, just officially. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. Look, the Cowboys, you're sitting on something nasty. From what I've seen week after week after week after week, you guys are playing inspired, and it's because of two guys. Call them 7-Eleven, because they always got what you need when the play is on the line. You know, 7, you know, 11. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shay Diggs and that boy Micah Parsons. Man.
But we're going to jump into a game.
True,
We
true,
got a
true.
Thursday night preview. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars
Mhm.
going to the Cincinnati Bengals,
Oh,
which
yes.
will be actually very surprising. If Cincinnati wins this game, they'll be 3-1. Not a lot of us saw that coming. Now we
Hmm.
saw Jacksonville go 0-4.
But Sunshine, you got some clouds coming because
Hurricane season.
man, their O line got some problems too. They need to go ahead and get insurance for the boy. Go ahead and invest in your O line. Go out there and pay them guys on the market. And go ahead and draft you some young guys so that, especially at the tackle position, because you're gonna want to protect that boy's blind side. Give him some protection. Who knows? He got weapons. Give him some time, and he'll be able to show you
I
what he got. I'm
I
just
will
saying.
say they did
But
show a lot of promise against the
it's all that.
Cardinals, though. So this could be a game. Cincinnati's
Mm-mm.
powerful on offense. They don't have a defense, which could make it a high-scoring game. I haven't seen Jacksonville be in a shootout, but that's why I don't think they'll withstand this game.
If they can exploit the biggest weakness with the Bengals being their O line and sending them some blitz to kind of get him off his settings and getting him mad uncomfortable, no time. There's people at his feet, people at his arm. If they can get that, they have the speed on that defense to be able to rattle them. So don't be surprised if they're 2-2 going into the next week and the Jags get their first win. But I'm not picking the Jags though. I'm going with these Bengals.
We got our picks. Me and Tim actually we was identical this week at 11-4. That means I still got that
Uh,
one game lead. This thing is tight.
Here
It
we go.
gonna last all year. I'm gonna hold on. I ain't letting go that easily. So, but stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun show.
No,
What?
he gonna catch arthritis and let go. That's what
Okay.
he gonna. He about to catch
The
arthritis
the
and let
lead only
go,
gonna get
boy.
bigger. That's all that's gonna happen. But with that, if you guys made it this far in the video, we greatly appreciate it. Please do subscribe to the
Right.
channel. I did notice that as well. 85% of y'all ain't subscribed. I'm gonna need that number to change in a heartbeat. But
Yeah.
thank you guys. Like this video. We are checking out. Take care. Peace.